You are 23. You have $2,600 in your checking account and 11 days left until payday. It's a Thursday evening. You're sitting at a small kitchen table in an apartment you share with two other people. The rent is $740 a month, your share. The job pays $48,000 a year. After taxes and the few things automatically deducted before you ever see the money, you take home about $3,050 a month. For the first time in your life, there's more money coming in than going out, not by much. But enough to notice. Your coworker just got back from a 10-day trip through Southeast Asia. She spent $1,900 and says it was the best thing she's ever done. A friend from college sent you a link to an index fund last week with a message that just said, "Start now. Trust me." Both are using roughly the same paycheck as you. Both have already decided. You haven't. You sit with it for 4 days. Then you choose. The life is small in the way early adult life always is. Coffee from the kitchen. Most lunches packed. The commute is 40 minutes each way. The work is fine. Entry level, sometimes tedious, not what you imagined, but it pays consistently and the health insurance works. On weekends, you do whatever your social group is doing. Sometimes that costs $60, sometimes $200. You rarely track it. The number in your account drifts up slightly toward payday, then drifts back down by the end of the month. For 6 months, the balance has moved between $1,800 and $2,900. It doesn't grow. It oscillates. Two versions of the next decade are waiting. They start from the same place. This kitchen table, this paycheck, this exact moment. One chooses discipline. One chooses life in the way most people use the word. Both choices feel reasonable. Neither feels obviously wrong. Age 23, and the decision path, A, savor ye. You open a brokerage account on a Wednesday night. It takes 20 minutes. You set an automatic transfer, $900 a month, roughly 35% of take-home. The apartment feels smaller, almost immediately. You decline a few weekends, you start cooking things you'd normally order. People ask if everything's okay. You say yes, you're not lying. Path B, enjoyer. You book the trip. 12 days in Portugal and Spain. Total cost, $2,100. It's extraordinary. The food alone changes something in you. You come home with $490 in your account and something to talk about for months. You tell yourself the investment account is next, just not right now. Next month, maybe. Age 25. Path A. Savor. You have $24,300 invested. The market moved up, then sideways, then up again. You mostly ignored it. You got a raise to $54,000 and bumped the transfer to $1,050 a month. You took a 5-day trip last summer, $1,100, and didn't feel guilty about it. That surprised you. Path B, enjoyer. You've been to 6 countries now. You bought a used car, $12,400, financed, $220 a month. You've started cooking more, but dinner out still happens 3 or 4 times a week. The savings account holds $1,700. You got the same raise. Next month is still coming. Every financial habit you have at 25 is the one you'll still have at 35, just with larger numbers attached to it. The behavior doesn't change with income. The income just amplifies whatever the behavior already is. Age 27, savor. The investment account shows $56,200. You stopped looking at it every week. It grows quietly, like something you planted and forgot about. You moved into your own apartment, $1,200 a month, still saving aggressively. The number on the screen has started to feel real in a way abstract goals never did. Path B, enjoy your promotion. $68,000 now. You upgraded apartments, $1,550 a month, new neighborhood, better everything. You deserve it. But somehow the raise absorbed into the new lifestyle almost perfectly. Savings account, $2,100. Credit card balance, $3,800. You're earning more than ever and still can't find where to start. Age 29. Path A, the market dropped hard. You watched $74,000 fall to $54,000 over 4 months. You didn't sell. You kept the automatic transfer running. $1,050 every month into the red. 7 months later, the account climbed back to $79,000. Something shifted. Not the number, but your relationship to it. Money stopped feeling like something that could be taken from you if you looked away. Path B, the car needed $3,100 in repairs. The credit card hit $6,700. You started paying it down, $380 a month, which meant savings was impossible again. A coworker mentioned their investment account had crossed $60,000. You felt something you didn't have a clean word for, not jealousy exactly, something slower. More interior than that. The debt you carry in your late 20s isn't only a financial problem, it occupies space. Background noise running underneath every decision, every conversation. Age 31. Path A. The investment account reads $101,400. You are offered a position in another city, $84,000 salary, higher cost of living, significant upside. You run the numbers over a weekend, then you take it. Not because you had to, because you could afford to find out if it was the right move. The cushion doesn't just sit there, it changes what you're willing to walk toward, and more importantly, what you're able to walk away from. Path B. There's a serious relationship now. Real conversations about the future, moving in together, eventually owning something. The problem is the credit card climbed again. A family emergency, an unexpected flight, a medical bill that came later than expected. The balance is $9,200. You earn $73,000 and feel like it isn't enough. The math should work. You can't figure out why it doesn't. Age 33. Path A. The account shows $138,000. You live well, not extravagantly, but without that low-frequency anxiety that used to follow you everywhere. You took a real trip last spring. 12 days. You didn't calculate the cost against your goals before booking. That's new. Path B. You sat down on a Sunday with a spreadsheet. Really sat with it. No distractions, no phone. You added up the rent, the car payment, the subscriptions, the debt minimum, the dinners, the weekend costs. The number was within $200 of your monthly take-home. You had been earning $70,000 a year for 3 years. Your net worth had moved from $1,700 to $4,400. A decade of real income. Almost nothing built from it. That's when the realization arrived. Not a crash, not a crisis. Something quieter than either of those. A slow, clear understanding of what had actually happened. It wasn't the trips. The trips were real. They happened. They mattered. You can still feel certain moments from them. The light in a particular city, a conversation over a meal, the exact feeling of being somewhere entirely new. Those weren't mistakes. What you missed wasn't the experiences. What you missed was the door. The invisible one that opens once a number crosses a certain threshold. The ability to pause, to make a move that scares you without being destroyed by it, to say no to the wrong thing, and have the financial ground beneath you hold. Path A found that door earlier, not because they were wiser or more disciplined by nature, because they chose the discomfort first. And slowly, without noticing, the discomfort became the background, and the freedom became the foreground. Path B is finding it now. Later, with less runway, but the door is still there. You are 33, or 27, or 23 and sitting at a kitchen table trying to decide what to do with a paycheck that finally has a little room in it. The paths don't close. They don't close at 30 or 35, or at any number you've been told matters. They keep going, forward, from wherever you are standing right now. The account balance is whatever it is. The habits are whatever they are. The decade that's already passed is already past. What changes isn't the math. The math was always the same. It was always running, in both directions, for both people, quietly and without asking permission. What changes is the moment you look at where you actually are, not with guilt, not with the clean narrative of regret, and decide clearly and without drama what the next version of this story looks like. Both versions are still running.